Let me tell you something that honestly feels like the opening scene of a movie, but it really happened. And the wildest part? The whole thing started with a faded piece of paper that was almost thrown away. Back in 2006, a woman named Karen Cohen was cleaning out her late father's home in Chicago. You know how it goes: boxes, papers, drawers full of things nobody has touched in years. Most of it didn't matter. Old receipts, grocery lists, snapshots from the 70s. Stuff any of us would toss without thinking twice. But while digging through an old metal file box, she found something weird: a bank deposit slip from 1954. It didn't look important. It didn't even look readable at first. The ink had faded, the edges were torn, and it was tucked between unrelated papers. Karen almost crumpled it up. But two things caught her eye: the bank name and the amount. The slip showed a deposit for $3,000, made by her father when he was a young man. Now, $3,000 in 1954 was serious money. Adjusted for today? That's roughly the down payment of a house. So Karen gets curious. She takes the slip to the bank listed, a small institution that had long since been acquired by a larger one. She wasn't expecting anything. In her mind, the account was either closed, forgotten, or spent long ago. She just wanted closure. But when she showed the slip to the teller frowned, in a weird way. Not confused. Not dismissive. Just alert. They called a manager. Then another manager. Then they took her to a small office. At this point, Karen starts telling the story the same way every time. I knew something strange was happening when 3 people came into the room before anyone spoke. Here's why. When banks merge, old accounts don't just vanish. They get transferred, renamed, archived, but they stay somewhere in the system. Her father's account, from 1954, had never been closed. Never touched. Never claimed. Never reported abandoned. And because of the way savings growth worked before the 1960s, the interest rate on his deposit didn't float, it accumulated under a fixed-term structure. Meaning for 52 years, that account had been quietly gaining interest. Year after year. Decade after decade. The bank had no idea someone would ever claim it. And that forgotten $3,000 deposit? After compounding for half a century, it had grown to over $3.4 million. Karen was silent when they told her. She thought it was a mistake. The bank double-checked. Triple-checked. The records were solid. Her father had accidentally left behind a multi-million-dollar fortune, not with intention, not with a secret plan, but simply because he forgot an account existed. Now, here's where the twist deepens. Most people would expect the bank to drag their feet or resist the payout. But legally, they were required to release the funds to the rightful heir, Karen. She said it felt unreal. Like inheriting a time capsule of good fortune her dad never knew he created. And she used part of the money to restore a family home her father always dreamed of fixing. The rest went into savings and investments to secure her children's futures. What makes this story so crazy isn't the amount, it's how easily it could have stayed hidden forever. One slip of paper, almost tossed in the trash, ended up being the key to millions. It makes you think, right? How many forgotten accounts, unused bonds, or old certificates are quietly sitting in drawers around the world, growing in ways nobody expects? And hey, if you're enjoying stories like this, tap like, drop a comment, and subscribe. Seriously, it helps the channel keep digging up real stories that almost sound unreal. But that's the magic of real life sometimes. Big discoveries don't always come from big actions. Sometimes, they come from a faded piece of paper in a dusty box.